Alright, I'm going to be installing this outdoor fan. Make sure if you're going to be installing an outdoor fan that it says that it's for outdoors. Just to tell you what I'm expecting to see, I've installed fans in this house already before. I have a new house, so the outlets are already set up for fans. You're going to need a box up there that can hold the weight of a fan. And my house is also set up for a separate switch for a fan. I'm converting from a light to the fan light combo here, and the way the wiring is, there's a red hot wire for the light, the black hot wire for the fan, and then a white neutral, and then a green ground when I get inside the box up there. So here's our outside back porch light that I'm going to be replacing with the fan. So before you go any further, make sure that your breaker is tripped and the power is off to this. So there's a thumb screw right here that you unscrew in order to get to the electrical. So now I'm going to take these two screws out. You're going to want to save these two screws because you're most likely going to need it for your fan. Alright, so as you can see, they had the red wire here wired up to the light. You got a black wire here for the fan. You got your white neutral, and then they got a ground wire that has been painted over, so might need to clean off some of that paint to make sure we get a good ground. And right here I have a voltage sniffer. It's probably not the correct term for it, but definitely volt alert. Tell you if there's any voltage at any of these lines. You want to check this before you do anything to these. And everything looks clear. So we're good to go ahead and start installing. And if you want, before you start removing these, you can turn the power on since everything's still insulated, and just check and make sure that the red is actually turning on and off, and that this black wire is actually turning on and off when you flip the switches, to make sure that your power is actually wired up correctly. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Alright, so I had just turned on the fan switch, and it is supplying power to this black wire, so I know for sure that that one is for the fan switch. This red one I already know works because I've used it in the past. And this thing just blinks a red light when you tap it, but when you hold it up against a voltage source, it shows. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take off the light fixture. So I got some fine grit sandpaper here so that I can get that paint off of the ground wire. Need to strip the insulation off of the black wire. So this outlet box up here is the one that you're supposed to check up in the attic to make sure that it is secure and rated for holding a fan. So depending on the fan will determine what kind of mounting bracket you have for it. I have a rod that's going to be coming down, so this is the type of mounting bracket I have. I'm going to go ahead and install that. And this is where you reuse the screws that were holding the light fixture up into this outlet box in order to hold up the mounting bracket for the fan. So here's my fan with the short rod there that I get to put up into the fixture there to hold it. I'll get the wires out of the way. You too. And then for this fan, I get to put that ball up in there, make sure you don't pinch any wires. And this will hold it while I'm so just to show you there, I just slip this ball up into this mounting bracket, and that's going to hold it there while I do the wiring. And then we'll go ahead and put this up in order to cover the wires. So I got all my wires sticking out, and you'll be able to see me work on them from here. And from this angle, you can see everything that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to strip these wires from the fan back a little more, so I got some more wire. I'm also going to cut these here because this fan came with a lot of extra wire. So I like to bend the wire up a bit if it's straight, the straight solid wire. Here's the black one. It's painted white. But I'm just going to bend it up a bit so that the wire has something to kind of hold on to when I'm putting the wire nut on. It doesn't push it off the wire. That should be good. Alright, so I've got everything stripped. Now I'm just going to put the white wire to the white wire. The black wire to the black. The blue wire to the red wire. Then all the green wires to the bare ground wire. And when you twist these wires on, you want to make sure you twist them in a clockwise manner, because that's the way you're going to be twisting on the wire nuts that come with the fan. And you want to make sure that the wires go to the very end here, because that's where the wire nuts are going to be grabbing onto the wire as well. Alright, now put your wire nuts on. Just give all your wires a little tug to make sure that they're staying inside that wire nut and not coming out. Alright, everything's solid. I know this wire here with the black looks like it's white, but that's only because it's painted. Same with this red wire, it looks white. That's only because it's been painted. So at this point, every fan is going to be different. You're going to want to tuck away your wires so that they don't get pinched and they're not rubbing if the fan swings a little bit. And also, I mean, just follow the rest of the owner's manual to figure out how to install the rest of your fan. All right, so was able to finally get all the wires tucked up in there nicely. Nothing's pinching and the cover is on. There wasn't a whole lot of room, but I was able to get it to work. So here's my finished product, and everything's working as it should.